Hey everybody, and welcome to week 9 of EDU6200. As you can tell, I've gotten most of my voice back, and so I'm here with your video for the week, and I appreciate your patience giving me an extra day to kind of heal up my voice. I'm still coughing a little bit, but you'll hear that through the video and we'll be okay. I want to first give you some updates about where we've been and where we're going. And so I want you to first think about what we've just finished up in the first half of the course. There are a few of you who still owe me that last WCG assignment, number 3. It's a field experience assignment. I've given you some leeway on that one, obviously due to your schools being closed for such a long time, and then some confusion and things coming back where your administrator wasn't ready to be able to work with you at that point. So really important that if you haven't done it yet, I need that as soon as possible. WCG number 3. Into chalk and wire so I can finish grading those. I think I've graded most everything through Monday. I didn't get to grade much last night, but I will work on some more tonight and through the weekend. The other thing to think about as we finish the midterm exam, I've graded some of them. I'm going to grade more, and just so you realize how I grade things, each of your free response questions have a 10-point scale, and typically I do not give you any comments if I take off 1 or 2 points, but if I take off 3 or more points, I will always give you comments about where I took points off and what it is that I was looking for or that you didn't include in that particular piece. If you have questions when you see your score, please don't hesitate to email me or call me or text me and we can talk it through. It's not a problem. Okay, now we're moving forward. And I want to give you an idea of some things that you should be thinking about and doing. So first of all, during the midterm week, I had assigned Chapter 7. I didn't really emphasize Chapter 7. It's not one we're going to do in discussion, but you definitely do want to read Chapter 7 of the textbook because that's going to be covered as part of your final exam coming up in about 8 weeks. So get that idea in your head of getting that Chapter 7 read. This week, we're going to be going through chapters 1000 and 1005 of the Florida School Laws. I spoke with the group who did the presentation. I have not yet looked at it, but I'm going to look at it tonight or tomorrow. And I want you to realize something about these chapters of the Florida School Laws. If you try to read them word for word, you're going to put yourself to sleep and you're going to hate me. You cannot read the Florida School Laws that way. What you are looking for and what the group has tried to do, because I spoke with them on the phone about it, is get an overview of what these chapters are about and how they impact you as an administrator. One of the most important things to know as an administrator is the law and what the law will and will not permit you to do. And so that's the purpose of this and the Week 9 discussion. The other assignment in Week 9 is WCG number 5, your professional development research. And I want you, if you're looking with me at the syllabus right now, that's going to be found on pages 7 and 8. 7 and 8. So what you're going to do, this is the professional development research. Later in the semester is going to be professional development presentation. So this is your preparation piece. You're not presenting yet. It says here very clearly you're going to work with your administrator to identify the needs of the school, and you're going to identify research how effective school leaders provide professional learning opportunities that improve practice, enhance learning practice and leadership practice, and align with the needs of the school. You're going to summarize your findings in a presentation using some form of instructional technology. So, really important on this, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you like PowerPoint, some of you like Prezi, and some of you have gotten real crafty with the videos, and one of you did the neat Powtoon. You may present this information using any instructional technology. By the way, another neat program out there to think about is Nearpod. If you haven't used Nearpod yet, it's another great presentation tool, especially when you're presenting to large groups and you want them to have a copy of your presentation, but not necessarily have to run off 20, 30 copies. So you're just developing a plan, and what you're turning into me through the portal in chalk and wire is going to be the summarization of your findings in a presentation. What are the needs of your school? What does your school need? So that's really important for WCG number 5. Now, if you're still looking with me, I did send out the rubric already. I'm going to send it out again, but I do want to go over the rubric with you because I think that's a really important part of understanding these assignments. And I'm sorry, guys, my voice is starting to fade already, so I'm going to try and get through this with you. So first of all, the first part of the rubric talks about, part one talks about identifying needs. And the minimum here is 5 needs, 5 or more needs of your school. And these are needs for professional development. So what is it that your school needs to grow in? It could be leadership. It could be teacher leadership. It could be related to instruction. It could be collaboration. It could be PLCs. A lot of different topics. The goal is to work with your administration on this to make sure that you guys have the right piece. Okay, so that's the first part. All right, the second part, when you go down to the second piece, it talks about your research findings. You've identified 5 or more ways effective school leaders provide professional development. So this is your research findings. This is not the areas for need. So you had 5 areas for need, and now you're going to have 5 research findings, the ways that effective school leaders provide PD that improve professional practice. The old days of everybody going to a workshop does not work anymore. And so you also want to make sure that these things will align with your plan. Okay? Part 3, using technology. Very clearly, I gave you some examples. There is no right or wrong here, ladies and gentlemen. Anything technology-wise is up in the air for you, and I love seeing you step outside the box and find and try new things. Last but not least, information presented in a logical, interesting sequence which engages the audience. So it needs to be something that will really engage the audience. However you want to do that, again, is up to you and what makes it work for you. But that's it for WCG number 5, the Professional Development Research. Again, it is just research, and so I don't want you to overwork yourself on this assignment. You're going to present it later on. And by the way, the presentation piece happens to fall in week 12. So week 12, professional development is due. Sorry, guys. Okay, real quick before we get done tonight, and I stop talking to save my voice for another day because I got to present all day tomorrow. What a week to lose my voice. I'm sure you guys are laughing at me right now. I want you to look ahead at week 10 and WCG number 4, Compliance Action Plan Presentation. Now, this is an adaptation of what you just did in week 7, WCG number 3. Hence why I said it's really important you have that assignment done. So WCG number 4 is during week 10, and that's the Compliance Action Plan Presentation. If you look with me at number 4, which you will find on page 7, you're going to collaborate with your school leader to identify one challenging area from assignment 3 and develop an action plan. So you're going back to the assignment you already did, and you're looking at one area, and you're developing an action plan. And the action plan is going to include those 4 items listed for you right there on page 7. It's also referenced in the rubric, and I'm going to attach that to the email along with this. By the way, guys, if you look on the right-hand side of the portal, you will find in there the rubrics for each one with the appropriate week. So make sure you look for those as well. The WCG number 4 rubric, I'm going to attach it again like I said. If you're looking at it right now, the first one for number 4 is talking again about techniques to implement those federal guidelines and making sure that everything is safe in your environment. The second one is the 4 strategies to ensure that your district staff or your school provide an appropriate environment for the kids. You look at the third one, you're complying with state law. You look at the fourth one, you're adhering to code of ethics. You look at the fifth one, it's presented in a logical format. And again, there is no right answer, wrong answer for this one. It's just like the professional development one, where you can do it in any order you think works for you as far as a PowerPoint or a bulleted list. Sorry, guys, or whatever else works in that piece. So that's important to know as far as where we're at and where we're going. The last thing I do want you to look ahead at in thinking ahead is on your syllabus in the calendar, which is going to be on page 11, rolls over to page 12. You'll see that we have a WCG assignment due every week now. So really take this opportunity this week. Start looking ahead at 7, which is school and local community research. Look at number 6, which is the PD piece where you're going to apply what you're doing this week in PD5. Number 10, observation summary. And then number 8, the group survey. Real important, guys. Those last two, number 10 and number 8, are weeks 13 and 14. These occur right around the Thanksgiving break. So you definitely want to move ahead now and look ahead as to how to complete these. All right, my voice is totally gone now. 10 minutes in, I'm going to stop. Hope you guys have a great night. I will come back to you. Sorry, guys. I know I'm really struggling right here. I'm going to come back to you again later on this week with another piece, another video for next week. And hopefully my voice is fully recovered by then. You guys have a great night, okay?